So why was this course developed? It was developed for three reasons. The first is to teach someone who's interested in becoming a university professor to become one, even if they've never taught in a live classroom before. It's also to increase skills and knowledge of existing faculty. And thirdly, it's to increase your chances to obtain your very first adjunct position, keep that adjunct position, and add new adjunct positions to your overall repertoire. Now, who is this course for? It's for four distinct groups. I'm going to talk about those four distinct groups, and then I'm going to ask a battery of questions and ask for you to answer them to yourselves throughout. So the first target, if you will, for this course are those who want to pursue an adjunct career as a hobby or as a part-time job. And they want to avoid the painful learning curve and the trial and error approach to your first-time job. This is a category that I fall in. I have a full-time job during the day, and at night I consider this a part-time job and or a hobby. But it's a hobby that pays, which is always a nice hobby to have. And I know that I went through a lot of pain in my learning curve, and I continue to do trial and error throughout my courses. And that's something that I don't think I will ever stop doing, and I don't recommend ever stop doing. So this part-time hobby role is the first target. If you answer yes to the following questions, this course is definitely for you. Do you have experience that is extensive? Knowledge and expertise in a specific field that is extensive? If so, this course is for you. Have you considered sharing this knowledge to make a difference and improve the quality of life for someone? If the answer is yes, this course is for you. Have you always wanted to teach but never seriously considered it? Here's something that is very dear to my heart because I have always dreamed of becoming a teacher. As a little kid, I always would wonder and be in awe of the gentleman or lady in the front of the classroom who held the attention of the students and who was giving it their all to teach and to ensure that the students learn. That always fascinated me. However, with kids and with family and with work, I never got around to doing it part-time, and it wasn't the profession that I chose to pursue right after college. But it was something that I always had in mind. And I created the opportunity. It didn't fall in my lap, I actually created it. And I'm going to explain to you how to create the opportunity for yourselves. But this was always a dream of mine, and if it's a dream of yours that you've always had in the back of your mind, that you always kind of put off to the next day, the next year, now's the time to bring that dream back on and put it on the table, because it can be accomplished. And I can tell you, it feels really good to accomplish a dream. And I'm a perfect example of somebody who accomplishes this particular dream, which is to become a university professor. The second target is for existing full-time adjunct professors who want to strengthen their knowledge and skills and optimize the learning outcomes of their students. There's always an opportunity to improve. And if you're already an adjunct professor, would you like to improve your teaching performance? Would you like to improve your students' learning? Would you like to optimize your student learning? The answer is probably yes. And if so, this course is definitely for you. For those folks who are master's and PhD graduates or existing students and who are interested in becoming an adjunct professor in the future or have ambitions for a career in higher education, this course is for you. Why? Because if you answer the question in an affirmative, would becoming an adjunct professor help you on your journey to fulfill your career aspiration, then this course is definitely for you. And the fourth target are university administrators, those who hire and manage adjuncts, who are very much interested in the success, preparation, and the overall personal development of adjuncts, then this course is for you. Would you like to increase retention and graduation rates for your university? Of course you do. It's one of the main goals of all universities. And having your adjuncts be trained with this course will help improve retention and graduation rates, and I'll share the connection in just a few moments. What would the financial impact be to your university if these rates increase dramatically? Graduation rates are right now at the 2-year level. If you increased it to year 3 or year 4, your bottom line would benefit significantly. Does your faculty staff consist of more than 50% of adjuncts and growing? The answer is probably yes, or at least getting close to 50%. There's currently 1 to 1.5 million adjuncts in the United States. 50 to 85% of faculties in private, public, community colleges consist of adjunct faculty. It's a trend that is growing significantly, and this is a trend that has to be managed in the appropriate way if you're a university administrator. And if you answer these questions, think to yourself whether this course would benefit you. Have your first-time adjuncts ever taught before? If they have not, how sure are you that they will be successful? The answer to this, unfortunately, in many occasions, is that university administrators don't know if their adjuncts are going to be successful, and they won't know until the student evaluations come in, often 6 to 7 to 14, up to 20 weeks later. They'll determine whether their adjunct that they just hired and spent money and time on getting are successful. That's a risk that is, I think, too high for universities to take. Are your new or existing adjuncts knowledgeable of the latest, up-to-date teaching philosophies, methods, tools, techniques? The answer to this is probably never in the affirmative. Why? Because there's always cutting-edge, new techniques, new approaches in education. And that is something that is very important because there's continuous learning, never-ending change. And what I try to capture in this video course, there's going to be updates, of course, is all the latest trends, the new techniques, and original techniques that I have employed in the classroom.